Hi, this is Kelly. Welcome to my channel. Today we're doing Gothic Dark Romance. DIY number 1, Relics of the Heart. So I got this frame thrifting for, you see there, 50 cents. And I just removed the glass, I don't need it. And we're going to paint this entire thing, front and back, inside and out, with black chalk paint. This is folk art, rich black. And you could spray paint it if you wish, save some time. And this required 2 coats. It had kind of a glossy finish on it to begin with. Then I have this metallic color changing. It's supposed to change color at different angles, I don't know, but color shift. And this is called Plum Flash, but it's odd. When you put it over top of black, all you catch is the gold, but it's very pretty, so I just roll with it. But you'll see later when I put a background inside the shadow box that's white and use it, the plum color shows up. It's really weird, but that's okay. It looks really nice over the black. And I happen to find this little shadow box thrifting as well that just fit it perfect. So that's what we're going to do. And I did the same thing, painted it black and dry brushed the Plum Flash. This is some paper I got from Hobby Lobby. They have some great textured papers. I cut it to fit inside the box here, and we're just using some Mod Podge to adhere it. Now I had to kind of keep pressing on it several times to get it to stick because it's kind of thick. The paper's thick and it's got, the details pressed in it. So on the back, it's the opposite. It kind of has little indents. And like I was saying, you'll see here once I get going, see how the purple color will actually show up on the white. It's really odd. But anyway, I wanted the inside to be a lighter color so you could actually see everything. If it was black in the background, you wouldn't be able to see the decorations that I'm going to put in the little windows here. These are little Dollar Tree blocks, and I'm going to glue 2 of these together. Use some painter's tape to clamp it for about 30 minutes. And what I'm going to do is take the same paper I used in the background to kind of wrap the parts of the blocks that are going to show. These are going to be risers for my decor so that they're not just laying flat in the back, so they look like they're floating. So I use that same paper and dry brush the same plum color so it kind of camouflages. It blends into it. So I got this little sparkly, glittery heart last year at Dollar Tree, I believe. And I'm just taking the tissue paper and Mod Podge, and I didn't crumple the tissue. I just want to seal down that glitter and give it a little smoother surface. It's going to have a little texture to it, which is fine. I just didn't want the glitter, and so we're just going to do this. I use the tissue paper method for all kinds of things, but it's wonderful. It's really good if you're making something out of paper or cardboard or foam board, and you use this. It really makes it a more solid piece. It makes it more durable. So once that's all done and dry, we're just going to paint it with this True Burgundy. That's a folk art, just a matte, and it's True Burgundy. And first I mixed it with some black and it was too dark, so I just painted over it with just the burgundy. Now we're going to make our own barbed wire, believe it or not, and I did my best. It was so hard to see what I was doing here. And what I did was I took a long piece and folded it in half, and I'm holding it with the pliers, and I just put my finger through the loop at the end and just kept twirling it and spinning it. And then once it started to kind of, roll together in a thicker piece, I took it out of the pliers and just held on to it and kept on spinning until it wrapped around each other nice and tight. And now we're going to take just a single piece. I'm sorry, I'm kind of off the screen a little bit. Like I said, it was hard to film this. It was kind of it took some time. And we're just going to take a piece of wire. This is just some light floral wire, by the way. And we're going to wrap the 2 ends around in opposite directions, like how barbed wire has the kind of that coiled look, and then the sharp pieces stick out on each side. And then once we get that wrapped around that center, the doubled wire, we're going to trim that off. I've got 3 of them done. Now this did take some time, and here, hopefully this is a better visual. I get it on there, and I did some of it with the pliers, some with my fingers back and forth, and it was a bit of a job. And now I'm holding on to it with the pliers and spinning it around. See how I'm wrapping it around to give that coil look. And you want to do each 3 or 4 times. You don't want to do it too many times. Taking the pliers on both ends and kind of gently wiggling it and tightening it, and then we're gonna trim it down. You see, it actually looks like barbed wire. And once I get all this done and I have enough for what I need it for, I spray paint this black, because this had like a green coating, but it took the paint very well because it had that coating. If it was just the bare metal, the paint would easily scrape off. So I went with the coated one. So here's my little blocks. And you see how I have covered them in that same paper and dry brush with the same plum. And I'm just using hot glue for this. You might want to use a more permanent glue for something like this normally, but with Christmas and just trying to get back in the rhythm, and I was running behind, I had to get this video done, so I just use hot glue to glue the front piece over the shadow box as well. But if, you know, you might want to consider using something a little stronger. And then there's my the pieces I glued together. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm off the screen a little bit, but you get the idea. I glue them where they're going to show best through the openings. I got this little bottle. I think my husband got it at a yard sale, and I just put a little piece of black lace inside it, and that's just regular clear Gorilla Glue. I did use that for the bottle because it's got some weight to it, and then a touch of hot glue to hold it in place. Now I've got my heart, and of course it's styrofoam inside there under all that stuff. And I poked a hole with a push pin, and now I'm just pushing the end of the wire. I cut the excess off. Pushing the wire inside there where it's going to stay put, and then I'm going to wrap it around the heart a couple times. See, it's kind of a process. It takes a minute, and it is kind of going to poke you. So I finally figure out how I want the barbed wire around the heart here. And then I'm using my pliers to kind of bend it and push it down to get it to conform to the shape of the heart here. Thank you for being here with me today. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. Hope you're ready for my Gothic anti-Valentine's Day crafts here. These are so much fun. I've got my eye on a little church at Dollar General waiting for the 50% off clearance. They told me tomorrow, so I'm going to have to go back and get... I'll pay $5 for it, but I'm not going to pay $10. If I can wait, pay $5. So once I figure out how to get this wrapped around this heart, I poke another hole next to the first one and take the other end, take my pliers and bend it around... Oh, wait, I trimmed it off first. Trim it off. Then I take my pliers and bend it down towards the little hole, get it in the hole, and just keep pushing it in there. Then I take the pliers and just keep kind of flattening the wire down against the heart as best I can to keep it from going anywhere. And we're going to put a generous amount, as generous as I can, on this little bitty block. Get this heart in place. And you won't even see the little risers, the little blocks, once everything's done. But it looks kind of like it's floating instead of just laying in the back. So once these 2 items are glued in place, we're going to glue the frame on top. And I'm just going to take the hot glue. Oh, wait, I've got my hand here. Yep. I'm trying to figure out where I want my skeleton hand. That's going to go, but that has to go in after I get the frame on. So I just put some hot glue on all 4 corners and glue my front in place. And again, you might want something a little more permanent for that, but for this video, I want to get it done. Now I'm going to put a generous amount of hot glue down in there where this the base of this skeleton hand is going to make contact. And I got that in place. And the little block, the last block, before I glued it in there, I drove a little tiny nail in the center of it. And I'm going to hang my heart-shaped key. I got these keys and charms from Amazon. I'll leave the link in the description. And this one is done. DIY number 2, a Dangerous Valentine. So this is a heart-shaped candy box. You can get these all day here soon. Family Dollar luckily had these early, and I wanted to do a bigger one, but they're not in the stores yet. But any minute now, and we're gonna do my favorite tissue paper trick. Now this paper is crumpled up, and for the bottom we're going to do the tissue paper all the way around the sides and bottom. And I also do it on the inside. I was talking about how that can make something out of, you're making out of cardboard or whatever, sturdier. So I went ahead and did the same on the inside of the top and bottom and gave that a coat of paint as well. It just makes it a lot sturdier. And here I come around down the side, and then here I'm painting. See, I'm painting the inside where I also did the same. And here's the top of the box. And I cut out this heart. This is an Etsy paper, and I traced it on the back with the box and cut it out beforehand. And we're going to do the tissue everywhere but the very front, and we're just going to paint that black because we're going to use tacky glue to glue. This is printed on cardstock, and we're going to use that to glue this down to the top. This is an easy one. This one's so much fun, and you can do the texturing on the heart however you like, but like I said, the more layers you add to it, the thicker and sturdier it's going to get, and the Mod Podge will solidify it a little bit, and this worked out really well. And I was hoping to make it where you can take the lid on and off, but you're just going to end up scraping your paint. And I did spray satin clear coat, but still it fits a lot tighter once you add that tissue paper. So you could do something where it doesn't add any thickness, where you could remove the lid. You could still put your candy back in and gift it to someone once you redo the box. You can do it however you like. And this is the same plum flash, and again, it's only going to show up, the gold is only going to show up on this black, but it's really pretty what it does. You're supposed to see the color back and forth when you shift the angle of, but I haven't seen that yet. But it is a pretty look. It looks really nice. And we're going to go ahead and lightly brush a little bit on the front as well. I must have been running my mouth and missed it, or maybe I didn't do it yet, but I also took a small chip brush and some black chalk paint and blackened the edges of the heart of the paper once it was attached to the box. And I got this lace ribbon, I think at Walmart, and it's actually in the sewing section, and I've used it on several projects. It's just so pretty. And it's not going to require much glue to hold this in place. So I'm just going to use a little hot glue and put a dot on each end and in the center and get that in place. That's about it. Just find an area that's, it's not going to seep through, and just glue that on. And you could use some tacky glue to put that on as well. But now I have my skeleton hand. I added some E6000 and a little hot glue. Get that in place. This is such an easy and fun. And you can do this. You can decorate this however you want. You can do the baking soda and paint texture on it and decorate with whatever you like. I got a little bit of black Spanish moss. I'm going to add that to kind of cover up where the hand is cut, and to give a little lift for my little rose there. And we're just going to glue that rose in place on top of the back of the hand, and this pretty little gem is complete. Fun and easy. And here's my reveal. Sorry about it being so dark, but yeah, that turned out pretty cool. Thanks again for being here with me today. I sure hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this inspires you to try something similar. And there's gonna be all kinds of candy boxes you can experiment with. Don't forget to like and share and all the things. Bye.